And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
All right, Nick and I are live. Joint show. What's up, Nick?
What is going on? The Duo Live show is back for Learn Crypto. It's excited to get it started again. This is the first Duo Live show with the new setup, so bear with us. We're just trying to make sure everything works, get in touch with the community, and we'll keep ramping it up like we used to do. It's been almost a year and a half now with COVID, and we were focusing more on Patreon and some of the other things going on. But we decided it's time to come back to the public eye here on YouTube. So welcome to Learn Crypto, your one-stop shop for crypto, stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. My name is Nick Hellman, or Crypto Hitman.
And I am Todd Butterfield, Wyckoff on Crypto.
The man with the plan taking us all to Lambo Land. How are you guys doing today? Only 46 watching right now. Hopefully we get some more tuning in, and I'm sure we'll get back up to our larger numbers as we start making these more frequent. We are going to start doing this at least 2-3 times a week, hopefully. Todd's going to continue to do some solo live shows or video recordings, and I'm going to get back to doing some project reviews and see if we can find any new gems while the prices are very low here in the crypto space as well as the stock sector. If you're new here, Todd's going to go over some large cap charts. I'll just go briefly over maybe some news articles, and then it's really all about you. If you have a fundamental question, ask it. Let's see if we have an answer for it. Or if you want Todd to look up your coin or stock on his trading software, we'll go over that and see if there's any easy entries or sell points for us to make some money.
I see Spiller. I see Lori Carlson. What's going on, Lori? Little echo on my mic. I'll try to fix that. That's going to be a few issues we might deal with, so we'll see.
Hunter Hall is back in action. There we go. Well, I guess I'll just start by sharing the screen. We'll take a quick look at CoinGecko, and then we'll just jump right into it. Let Todd look at a few charts and go with the flow on this first show. So Let me do some screen sharing here. Here we go. Over here on CoinGecko, it has been a nice week here. Bitcoin is up about 7% for the week. Ethereum is leading the charge at 17.6%. Why is that going on? That is because the Ethereum merge is on track, as the Goerli test merge successfully finalized. So they tried the merger. This is going to make Ethereum proof of stake. They tried on the test net, and it does look like it is going well. And we do have a new date for mid-September for this merger to go live in Ethereum. This is one reason while Bitcoin was at the lows, we said we think there might be some bullish times ahead leading through September, as this Ethereum merger, if it is successful, should drag the entire market higher, dragging the Ethereum price higher. And this is the Ethereum merger, the Ethereum upgrade we've been talking about now for a few years that has continued to be pushed back and postponed. This is the closest they have gotten. If this launches in mid-September, I think you're going to continue to see some outperformance for Ethereum, and I think that's going to drag a lot of the layer 1 solution projects higher and really the entire market higher as well. Come back over here. You know, everybody has the Tether FUD. Tether is still number 3 in the rankings. Still no FUD has taken the $1 peg away from Tether for the long term. This is the stablecoin we have been using since 2016, 2017. Have preached that we think it is always safe. And so far, no matter the 1,000 FUD attempts, Tether is still here. But USDC, this is kind of the Coinbase coin, is quickly gaining traction as Coinbase is shaking hands with more and more institutions as we continue to move forward. The biggest notable is now BlackRock has been working a partnership with Coinbase to provide institutional clients with crypto trading access. It's kind of funny because BlackRock was the one who always pushed Elon Musk on the issue of accepting Bitcoin for payment and buying Bitcoin. And now BlackRock is going to be pushing Bitcoin private trusts onto all of its clients and its users. This is why we always say, watch what they do, not what they say. They are trying to load up their bags. They got the dip they wanted, and now they're participating in Bitcoin from 17,000 all the way up now to 24,000, and they're really just getting started. Nothing else too exciting over here. You know, one of our big holdings, BNB, is doing great. The BSC network is doing great. We like a lot of our passive income from the BSC network, PancakeSwap, ApeSwap, FerumX. So take a look at those and stay tuned. Once we get more into these shows, you'll kind of see the structure of our portfolio. And if you want more 24/7 access to Todd and myself, check out patreon.com/learncrypto. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and let's just let Todd take a look at the charting software and see where the markets are at, both stocks and Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm going to run over here. The reason I wanted to kind of get live today is I think stocks are maybe coming in finally to a top here short term. So I wanted to throw out a few ideas. I had thrown out this middle of July that we had an ending diagonal leading for a wave one if you are into Elliott wave. I normally don't throw a lot of Elliott wave on stock charts, but I do want to discuss that. I mentioned down here the red dots are previous overbought technometer readings. I mentioned when we kind of took out these previous two, with this last one we took out the dotted line. That was kind of friendly, saying that we would that the wave one was completed. We're going to head higher for a few weeks or a few months. So again, I think this rally now is, I don't really think ended today, but I think could end in the next couple days. So this will be a wave two ending, or I'm going to show here, it could be a wave two ending, but still out a few more months. So let's go and look at actually some charts here. This is what I've been going with in the Discord, that we had made a 1-2 off the bottom here with a 5 green up and the ABC down. This gets really hard to count out here on Bitcoin. So I'm really, I'm a little bit confused. This could have been a wave 4 ended here at 22.7. And now we're headed up, and we're going to maybe look at 26,000 or so. So that's something I'm looking at. But I really wanted to show again the S&P chart. The bearish count, again, leading diagonal, wave 1 down. Working on a wave 2 that could be an ABC type affair. If you're really bearish, there's a possibility that the wave 2 is ending now and at these levels, or again another few days higher. That would be extremely bearish. Wave 1, 2 ready for stocks to collapse. Again, I was leaning more so that an ABC pullback will be a buy. If you're extremely bullish on stocks, which I had tried to stay that way, then you're going to look at a Russell chart that I had shown, again, middle of June, or middle of July, July 16th here at the lows. And this would be the wave 3 ended back there in March. We had an ABC down for a large yellow wave 4. And then now we're headed to new highs. So if that's the case, again, wave 3 of purple is probably ending around here. We have a pullback that's very, very small, not very deep at all. And then we go to a new highs for this move. Then that would be the green wave 1 ending, and we would go to new highs. So again, I think ultimately we're just still higher for the next few months, and probably more so in this type of pattern. We're just going to keep working higher. Talks of recession, inflation come back and forth, and we just trade two-sided for the next few months. And then again, if we take that back to Bitcoin, not sure the exact account on Bitcoin. I think one of the accounts could be, this was a wave 1, this is a wave 2. Hold on a second, let me get this right. The wave 4 just ended. This would be again an overlapping leading diagonal. So that's a possibility, is that we're doing 5 waves up. That's almost overlapping, not really. That would kind of work together with stocks. Again, when stocks have this pullback that I'm speaking of, we do something like that. Let's change that to red, change this to green.
Todd, I'm not hearing you talking anymore on the YouTube channel or in here.
And it says my microphone is, I think maybe something's wrong with Zoom. Let me see if I can change that real quick.
Okay, I think you're good. Maybe just in our Zoom.
Yeah,
Zoom
I'm good.
chat, I
I'm
can't
just
hear you
screwed up
anymore.
on Zoom, it looks like. I think that fixed it. So again, that's my count here. 5 waves up. Bitcoin still, could have ended this morning. I think still a little bit higher than an ABC down. So that's my thoughts. Anything here carries in here. So again, that's what I'm thinking on stocks and Bitcoin.
And that's what I think, you know, in Patreon, we sold PGTI for about 6% profits. That's a long-standing stock trade that we're in from Palm Beach Confidential. Getting rid of that. We also have a pretty aggressive stop. We've raised it twice now on Netflix. We bought Netflix around $216, and now we have the stop up there. I'm not going to give that away as that's for the group, but it'll be locking in a decent chunk of change. Hopefully, the markets stay green. We have no more black swan events. You know, that's always a strong case, but we're going to start protecting profits on some of our recent stock entries, and we will be evaluating letting go of some of our crypto assets that are in the hole but have rebounded a little bit here to get into new players and the new opportunities in the space, along with not being afraid to let go our pre-sale allocations that are back in the green after this market rally, kind of get back to cash, get back to the larger caps like Bitcoin, BNB, or whatever the network standard is, Solana, ADA, and getting into kind of a little bit lower risk to ride out a potential another dip. And then if we do get that dip, we'll start reallocating and start some short-term and mid-term trading again. I think the long-term goal for this kind of market cycle would be more of a stronger relief rally, seeing Bitcoin up towards 40,000. I don't know how that really plays into the more bearish counts that Todd's seeing now on Elliott Wave. But that's kind of been what we were looking for the past month or so. At those levels, we'd be in the profits on a lot more of our altcoins and closer to in the profits on Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin. Not afraid to let those go, as we think that would be more of a meaningful top for another decline. So I don't know how much that's changed recently, Todd, but maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
No, I agree. I mean, I think, you know, definitely went deeper with all the problems with 3 arrows and Celsius and all that. So definitely much deeper even than I expected. But down there at the lows, we did not sell anything. I don't know what trial usage talking about. We've sold nothing. We were saying down there, if you had extra cash to go to work, I had called the 5 waves off the low down there at that 17.5 level, that we had done a 1-2 off the lows or an AB. So we've stayed bullish. Just kind of wanted to go on here today to talk about maybe a little short-term top that could turn down to, you know, give us a buy signal on stocks and crypto for some type of further rally. An ABC back up in the next few months, or again, possibly new highs. I'm not throwing out that we can't go back to new highs on stocks and try to do the same thing on crypto. So I think U.S. stocks is still the best game in town. I don't think we're going to have any deep recessions. I don't think interest rates are going much higher. We've just got this inflation problem that we got to get out of the system.
Yep. Somebody asked about MCC and Zen. So MCC was always a small cap play. We did buy MCC. This is a DeFi. If you don't know what MCC is, it's a DeFi protocol where they take funding and then they try to invest in their own DeFi platform. So since that buy, of course, prices plummeted with the rest of the market. But we did sell 50% of our holdings for 165% gains, meaning we got all of our initial capital out plus 65% in profits and are still holding the remaining 50% of the bag. That project, the last I checked, has $24 million in the treasury, which is still active in the DeFi ecosystem, earning passive yield. That means if the market comes back, they're going to be in a very good position to recoup some of their losses as far as price appreciation, and we'll get a much higher exit on that asset. But again, don't really care because we already got the initial investment out, up 65% on the position when we sold 50% of it, and the remaining is completely free. But I think it will get much higher due to the fact that it does have 24 million in treasury. As for Zen, they have launched their beta version of their tokenized sidechain net. Anybody can go launch a token now. It's still more of a theoretical thing because there's no major brands that have launched a token, but they are partnered with Bored Ape Yacht Club as well as some other blue chip NFT projects. Grayscale, Horizon Labs, Celsius, and the list goes on and on. I know they have a major conference in Milan mid-September, which I think can continue to push Zen price higher. Zen is up 80% off the lows and doing quite well, all while producing 5 to 8% APR with their node ecosystem. Zen is and will continue to be a large holding in our portfolio. I recommend to get 42 Zen or 500 Zen, set up a node, earn Zen rewards every Monday, and let's see what happens as their sidechain ecosystem continues to grow and the major partnerships like Bored Ape Yacht Club start to launch tokens on Zen's privacy sidechain. I think that is a really good thing for the future of Zen. Now, Zen only has 21 million tokens just like that of Bitcoin. That's why we see major spikes and major drop-offs, as whales do have a major influence in that ecosystem. But if you look at the whale wallets, they are continuing to hold the rewards and continuing to accumulate. This is why we're up 80% off the lows. And I think Zen easily gets back to the $150 highs and probably becomes a $1,000 asset in the next bull cycle. Those are kind of the price targets that I set for last bull cycle, and that's what I'm sticking with here.
Nick, I'm going to say, because I'm going to go to the chart here in a minute. How about BNB? Kind of throw out the trades you've done.
Yeah, so BNB, we started getting involved, I think, heavily around $22. This was leading into the BSC launch. I saw this as major bullish. We farmed and staked our BNB from $22 all the way up to $200, $400, and $600 and had about a dozen trades, all of them successful in those levels. We also sold 25% of our BNB, high 550s, I believe, close to the top. And we did buy it back at $400, so obviously it's down to, I don't know what's at right now, $300 maybe.
Yep, $325.
But understand that our buyback at $400 was after a $600 sell, and we also traded a dozen times from about $200 up to $600. Buying at $22, saying to accumulate on every dip from $22 all the way to $200, because I saw how bullish it would be if BSC had a successful launch with it, which they have. So that's why BNB is also a large cap holding in our portfolio. BNB is something we use for farming on PancakeSwap and ApeSwap currently to earn APRs. And it's something that whenever I say to sell passive incomes or we sell pre-sale tokens, we're always selling, hey, sell to BUSD if you want some cash for a new opportunity, or sell to BNB because I think it's going to continue to outperform the market. And if you pull up the BNB Bitcoin chart, Todd, I think currently we are right at or just created new all-time highs for the BNB to Bitcoin chart. So while all this is going on, BNB is continuing to outperform the king, the index of cryptocurrency, and continues to push to all-time highs, capturing more and more market share here in the crypto sector.
Let me bring that chart up here, because we had a buy signal down there on July 11th, and then a corresponding sell around July 18th. This last pullback got close to a buy, didn't really register the technometer. But again, that's one that we think continues higher. Today we're setting it almost neutral on the technometer. Any type of ABC pullback on BNB, I'm sure is going to be a buy. I think that's one you can definitely look at. Let's look at, let me go back to 1 year BNB Bitcoin chart. This is what we had talked about. Got a few markings here from Wyckoff. Looks like we had a shakeout and a test. And then we talked about a sign of strength, last point of support. And now it looks like we're in markup phase. So again, any type of ABC type pullbacks we should be able to buy. And I would think this coin continues to stay strong.
Yeah, so I'm looking at my chart now, our historical record of our official trades. Back in May of 2021, we did sell at $640, 25% of our holdings. We sold another 25% of our holdings at $395, and then we bought it all back at $361. Then at the highs in November 12th, November 13th, we sold 25% of our bag at $650. And although we did buy it back early at around $400, we're still sitting pretty on that. That's 3 of the dozen trades. Our original entry, like I said, was in the 20s, and we didn't even start trading BNB until it was in the $230 range, as we just thought that this was a major explosion ready to happen with the BSC launch. And so far, so good on that, as it continues to outperform Bitcoin here. And I think with the bullish market and everything they're doing and all their funding and all these other exchanges getting hacked, they're going to continue to be a mainstay in the ecosystem. Binance has all the funding, all the connections. BNB has been around forever. All the pre-sale investors are out. Anybody who wanted to sell is out. And the utility for BNB on the BSC network continues to grow. So we'll continue to find places to continue to earn passive income with their holdings. That's why usually with BNB or these passive income holdings we hold like Zen, BNB, whatever, Cake, we're only trading about 25% of the time because we want that other 75% to be earning this passive income. We're not falling in love with that passive income. Usually we are rotating that passive income into a stable coin, hitting the cash register, maybe buying yourself a nice dinner, or maybe a new opportunity comes up, a new trade comes up, then we have a little bit of cash to participate in that opportunity, pre-sale, whatever it may be.
I'm going to go to Link here real quick. BBB asked about Link. Link chart here going back, what, about 9 months or so. You can see one thing kind of glaring on the chart. This is a lot of selling going on here. And the OP with the blue line I just added, and then you can see it during the same time frame. Prices was actually sideways to possibly a little bit higher. Then down here we had an oversold technometer. We mark that here in green. And so this sell-off down to $6 was strong support with the OP making new lows, showing there was a major selling coming in, price holding. We did get the oversold technometer, and then we kind of had a blast off here on the technometer going to overbought. So again, this looks like that we're probably definitely been in an accumulation. There would be the resistance level that we're above. So again, any type of pullback here over the next 7 to 10 days or something, I would think would be a last point of support and a good reason to be a buyer. Do your own research, obviously, and not investment advice, but that is my thoughts here on that one. Bring it back to Nick and I.
I'm just looking at the chat to see if there's any questions to address. Somebody does want you to take a look at CRV, that is Curve. I don't even know what the chart looks like because we don't own any Curve, but I did hear some rumors that Curve was having some front end, maybe a phishing attack. I haven't heard anything major yet, as we're not really involved in that ecosystem. But if you want to take a look at that chart.
What's up, Marco? Let me load this here. CRV, about a 6-month chart. Quick look here. Again, there's a little bit of a divergence down in there at these lows on CRV. That was showing a little bit of strength. Again, we just almost got down to oversold on August 2nd. We're at 48.5, near overbought. Again, I think these are still somewhat accumulation phases, so could get a breakdown, maybe down, do a spring of $1.21. I'd probably be a buyer under $1.21 and let this technometer pull back a little bit. But I think again, these coins have made lows, and they're going to work higher with stocks. What's up, Joel, Marco, Anthony?
It seems like nobody's really complaining about any issues. So the first duo live show where we're not both in the same studio seems to be going well so far. Excited to be back, guys. We'll be doing this, I don't know, hopefully 2-3 times a week on top of any recorded videos from Todd and on top of any maybe review videos for myself. Really trying to get the ball rolling again for our public content, public knowledge. Try to have Learn Crypto be your one-stop shop for daily updates on crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news once again. You guys have any other questions, any fundamental questions you have to ask us, any charts you want Todd to look at or me to comment on, we're happy to do that. This is kind of a test show to get people back in the mood and make sure that things are running well here.
And let's not throw it by the wayside. I mean, yeah, we got caught long as well on the last sell-off, but you also got to realize that we've been on here since Bitcoin $1,000. We were banging the table at 3,700, 4,500, 12,000. We've done numerous trades like the BNB. Nick's hit a lot of home runs and some small caps. So, we still think these markets are headed higher, and definitely way deeper than we expected. But we're still here. Didn't sell the lows. and look to continue to fill these bags up and keep it moving. XLM, let's go through a few more here. Let me switch this over. XLM, let's look at Tether Binance. We haven't traded XLM forever. That's one that Nick never really has liked.
Usually we only trade XLM and XRP one time a year, and that's usually around their conference, which is, I believe, in November. It might be September, but for some reason I want to say November. We trade it once a year. We trade maybe XLM and XRP 2 or 3 times around the conference dates because you do see some kind of a rally as long as overall market conditions are pretty favorable. So we'll probably try to do that just like we have the past 3 or 4 years. I think we've been doing that since 2017. Usually pull out a couple double-digit gainers out of there, 5, 10, 15, 20% winners, and then move on and kind of forget about it for a year. But if you want to take a look at that chart, Todd.
Go back to the chart. We've got, again, down here into July 25th, the OP, which is volume, had hit new lows. Price was still holding sideways. So I think that July 25th low, and that is 0.1023. I think that's an important level. I think this is all accumulation. This obviously looks like selling climax coming into May 11th. You had the big red bars. You came down there and you tested those lows and held. We've sprung them and tested them. So again, July 25th low at 0.1023, major important for the bull case. But once again, if we get a buy signal on crypto in general, I think you'd be okay picking up XLM here. Let me go to DOT, Tether, Consolidated.
DOT is another interesting one that we haven't really traded, and it's not really in our portfolio. Why is it interesting? Ferrum Network, FRM and FRMX, is a long-term holding because it gives us access to pre-sales. But they're creating DeFi products and about to launch their mainnet. This is a microcap coin, but their mainnet will be launched in the Polkadot ecosystem. So obviously they chose that for a reason. There's got to be some good opportunity for new tech and opportunities over there. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully when that mainnet gets more near and our association and holdings with Ferrum Network, maybe we can get some more insight to Polkadot and feel more comfortable adding it to the portfolio, whether it's a short-term or mid-term trading asset for us. Maybe something that Todd can take a look and see historically how well the tech did to see if it fits our investment thesis.
Now here again on DOT, kind of like the XLM I just mentioned, the OP coming down here making lows on July 11th, July 25th, DOT trying to hold up, getting oversold, and trying to work higher. So I'd probably say on DOT that 6.52 low is important on July 25th again, and be a buyer on a little bit more of a pullback. Anything on SOL you want to discuss while the chart's loading, Nick?
So SOL is one that we did close 50% of our position, I believe at $143-ish for about 20% gains. We are still long 50%. We were kind of not late to trading it. We traded it, we bought it around 30, we sold at 60. We bought it back in the 50s. We sold it at up there on that major run, and then we sold 50% of our position around 140 for 20% gains. They have had some issues and some FUD, but it seems a lot of the FUD has to do with third-party wallets and nothing really related to Solana and its network itself. Now, I think that Solana will have a big run because you have big backers like FTT and Sam Friedman and some of these other ones, but understand that a lot of these VCs still own a lot of Solana from much lower levels. So I think this is one on the next run. We get back into profitability. Maybe it runs back into the hundreds, gets us another 10, 20% gainer. We cut the remaining 50% of our assets there, and maybe we'll have other opportunities across other networks. Can Solana become a mainstay and get rid of this FUD and fix itself? Sure, it can. But it just seems like every time Solana gets a little runway going, then it has something go against it, which kind of hurts the underlying SOL price. Again, it hurts to be long it from higher levels, but we did sell 50% of our assets most recently for a 20% gainer, and before that we had a couple 100% gainers that we closed positions on. Like Todd said, it sucks to be caught long in the crypto space and whatnot, but it's more about the history of trading, the timing of our assets that we're getting into, the passive income we continually has said to sell for Tether or BNB, and BNB is outperforming Bitcoin on this last price drop. And then along with that, when we were selling 25% of our assets up there, BNB at $650, Solana at 143, Bitcoin at 61,180. The list goes on. And all those posts, we were saying, guys, it is getting a little frothy. Although we're bullish, we don't want to miss what could potentially be finally the run to 100K. To take some money out of the market on these trade sells, buy your wife a nice dinner. I was telling you publicly about my dad a Mach 1 $90,000 car. I bought my sister a pet store, $30,000. I bought myself a golf cart, $10,000. These are all coming from the trades we were making and taking some of that cash out of the market. Although we were still super bullish on the crypto ecosystem and bought back on what we thought was a major dip, when things were around 40,000, 30,000, we went much lower than that and got caught long. We were selling assets, our percentage of our assets at the highs, and saying to even pull some money out of the market to make sure that you have some financial freedom to withstand the potential of a bear market.
Let's look at that SOL chart real quick. Not much to add here. I mean, we had a selling climax on that break down to 37. Here we did get our oversold technometer, really the day of the low, day before the low. That came in there at 26 or so. So good entry on the green dot. We haven't gotten oversold in the technometer since then, but really I don't have much more to add. I mean, I think next time up we will get through this $45, $47 level and get some type of rally that we can try to trade. Any thoughts on Ethereum, Nick? While I bring up that chart. Nice outperformer here recently.
Yeah, so Ethereum, we kind of talked about in the beginning. Why is it outperforming? It's up 17.9% in the past 7 days. Why is that? That is because the Ethereum merger successfully launched on the testnet, which leads us to believe that the actual Ethereum upgrade that we've been waiting for, the Ethereum upgrade where it goes from proof of work, where you need miners, to proof of stake, where holders can earn APR much like that of Zen and some of these other assets, is set for mid-September. This testnet launch is very bullish for that actually finally happening. If that happens, I believe that could be a catalyst for Ethereum outperformance to continue, and hopefully can drag all the layer ones and a lot of the crypto market higher and get retail investors hearing about bullish news, get institutions feeling more comfortable and thinking there's a tide change for them to start putting their money in, notably through BlackRock and their partnership with Coinbase. Of course, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all these major assets are all available through Coinbase. BlackRock is going to be able to offer private funds, starting with the Bitcoin private fund, to a lot of its institutional grade investors. So I think that's why Ethereum's outperforming, and I think as long as they don't push this merger off again, it's going to help the entire market.
And the Ethereum chart, not really too much to add. I mean, got a nice uptrend. OP is leading us higher, so it looks like any correction should be a normal correction and an uptrend, and should be able to buy. So I'm going to run our quick disclaimer here real quick for our regulators. Hold on.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
Real quick, I'm going to run through a couple 3-month charts for Richard. And then we're going to probably
That's going to be Matic, AVAX, Mana, ADA, and Aave. While you're trying to pull up those charts, Marco says, any news from AGA? So AGA was doing great, right? They had all the momentum. They had $650,000. They were trying to get Bitcoin miners to increase profitability. As you know, everything got delayed in China, so they never got those miners. They're currently in a lawsuit to either get miners to subsidize their payment or to receive the $650,000 back. That is what has stalled momentum there. They're still a running organization, still running the miners they have, and they have about $250,000 in cash currently. They're kind of just waiting for some of the whales to just finally give it up, and hopefully, along with getting the $650,000 with miners or $650,000 in cash, they can revitalize that project. That would be about $800,000 to $1 million of free cash flow to see what their next pivot point is. So this is one that I am nervous to say add on to. I don't think that's really an option. But if you hold it along with myself, we're just going to hold it. This is something that has money in the bank. They're still active and they still have somewhat of a plan. We just got to wait for the legal settlements and proceedings. Until then, just hold those coins tight.
And again, here's a Matic chart that I'd had marked up before. Let me spread it out a little bit here. Looks like accumulation range. We had the selling climax, a spring and a test. We jumped the creek and had the backup, and a little quiet here in the last couple of weeks, more than I would expected on Matic. Maybe it wants to come down and try that 75 level again. 75, 80 level. But we'll watch that. Otherwise, I think Matic should be able to keep that support at 72 and continue higher. I got AVAX. I'm going to bring up a quick 3-month chart, run through these real quick. AVAX, some reason my indicators are loading a little bit slow here. Technometer 45. I mean, that one has tried to work on an uptrend. Again, I think anything down around 23 on AVAX should be okay. Look to be able to try to buy that. Mana, Tether consolidated. Let's do a 6-month. Looks like an accumulation range again, but not much strength there recently. We'll see if any of these want to perk up on our next buy signal. Looks like we got about 176 people in here now. That's probably I think the high of the broadcast. Mana, same type of thing. Support down around 93, I think ought to be able to hold. Let's do Atom real quick. I'm going to go back to the stock overview I did for anybody late in here to know our thinking. 6-month Tether Atom. A lot of these charts obviously look the same. Selling climaxes, springs, and tests, and trying to start uptrends. Be nice to have those ABC pullbacks. Looks like on Atom we had a nice setup again on July 25th. That low at 8.59 should be strong support. I'm going to go back, as I said. Here's our, let's go back to my SPY chart that I've been talking about. Did a few updates today in the Discord. Patreon.com/LearnCrypto. So we talked about it there middle of June that we could be doing an ending diagonal in stock. So it could be a wave 1 ending, which was probably the preferred account at the moment. I mean, we had some type of rally coming. I think we've had an ABC that could be ending here. My indicators are starting to get a little overbought. You've had some sentiment numbers kind of turn a little more bullish. You got shorts that were caught. So I think we're going to have some type of pullback here. And if we go to the Russell, which is even more of a bullish possible, wave 3 ended there early March. ABC down for a wave 4, meaning we're going to new highs. If that's the case, then we're probably just finishing up a wave 3 purple. A little bit of a pullback, and then just continue to subdivide higher. That's definitely a possibility. We got to watch these buy and sell signals. The other extremely bearish short term right now, the stocks are going to get cooked, is we had that wave 1 leading diagonal. We've had an ABC that's finishing here, and the wave 2 is actually over completed, and we're headed to collapse. That would be, recession coming in hard, interest rates going a lot higher. If you're in the bear camp, that's going to be your chart. 1, 2 ending here, and trouble coming. Now, if we go back to the Bitcoin chart then, which is a little more overlap with all the negative that we had, I think possibly we're kind of doing the 5 waves up, a little more overlapping. So the wave 5 could have ended today because we did get the new high. I guess I still, again, don't think that. I think we'll try to mass a little bit higher. And then we could usher in that ABC correction with stocks. And this would give us a nice setup to be a buyer. So that's my thought here. Let's go back to Nick and I, and then we're going to wrap this up so we can be ready for stock closing.
Yeah, so Andre says no sell the news. I'm assuming you're talking about the Ethereum merger. Usually we do play sell the news, but that's usually like the announcement of announcement or a partnership or some random exchange listing or whatever it may be, because a lot of people will FOMO in. Whales will take some profits and then try to buy back cheaper. With Ethereum and the upgrade, I don't know if there will be a substantial or sustainable sell the news event, only because this would be a major catalyst and a major merger, major upgrade for a major crypto asset. Switching from proof of work to proof of stake for one of the largest most held assets in the ecosystem, and this also does open up the opportunity for understandable passive income for institutional players, meaning they might want to stockpile into Ethereum because they can preach to their clients that they can provide that 1%, 2%, 5%, 8% yield. We'll see what the yield looks like once that merger occurs. So, but if the merger doesn't happen or gets delayed or postponed or has a critical flaw, you will see a sharp red bar of the crypto assets. Hopefully we can hear about it early and catch the market before the red bar. But if the red bar already occurred, I probably wouldn't panic sell and try to let the market stabilize before trying to make any actions on your assets. Lowe says, what do you think about Cody, Nick? Cody is one of the altcoins that I really like for the Cardano ecosystem. I still like Cody. I think Cody provides a major opportunity because they are tied to DJED, which is going to be the stablecoin of choice for the Cardano ecosystem. Now, DJED has made some partnerships and has launched on several Cardano built platforms, but this has all happened during the bear market, so there's a lot less TVL, a lot less trading volume, and a lot less people paying attention. But once the market comes back, DJED is used within Cardano. A portion of those fees go directly to Cody buybacks and Cody treasury, which means DJED is always pegged to the dollar, but Cody will be a major proponent and go up steeply in price, in my opinion, as well as value. Imagine if USD Tether or USDC had kind of a parent coin or a parent company that could profit off it that you can invest in. That's what I think the opportunity is for Cody, with it sitting at really a small cap market capitalization asset in the crypto sector. So I do like Cody, especially if you're looking for an altcoin within Cardano. If you like Charles Hoskinson, if you like ADA, etc., I think Cody is a great opportunity.
I'm going to throw up the Doji chart here. Not much to add. A little underperformer here, obviously, in the last month or so. Do get a pullback. Looks like it could go back down to that 6 cent level. Maybe check that again before trying to turn. So definitely not a favorite coin, not one that I trade. And,
we only have one meme coin in our portfolio that we've ever recommended. We have traded Doge here and there, but very rarely. I did give a sell on Doge at like 60 cents before Elon went on SNL, and it pumped to 70 cents. People said I was an idiot because it went up another 10 cents, but then we know what happened after that. It's gone to the dust. But the one meme coin that is now really providing utilities to its holder is Floki, and obviously we are in at higher prices, but I do think that it is doing a lot of good things. Its new DeFi product is being picked up by the likes of ApeSwap, the second largest AMM on BSC, as well as a plethora of other AMMs. The more TVL that is locked into this DeFi locker, the more buybacks and burns of Floki exist. So I think even though Floki is sitting at 120 million market cap, that upon the turn of the market, this thing's going to easily get back to all-time highs, becoming over $1 billion market capitalization asset, with Floki tokens being burnt out of circulation, adding more value to the token holders.
What's up,
and then I guess the last question before we try to get out of here is whatever said, what's the status of PulseX? So if you've been in the Patreon group, we did sacrifice money for both Pulse Chain and PulseX. These are the new projects that Richard Hart is creating. Now, we never really were a huge fan of Richard Hart or Hex. Well, they proved us wrong. Hex was one of the best performing assets in the last bull market, although we wrote a lot of 10Xs and 100Xs from market appreciation and pre-sales. Hex outperformed all those. I think it did 1,000X. Now, I'm still not a huge fan of Hex, but I think he can replicate some of the success, and a lot of the Hexicans or Hex holders are participating in Pulse Chain and PulseX, and they like to hold their assets. This was supposed to be launched a month or two ago, but I think he was smart not launching it in the bear market. They are very close. Everything's working properly on the testnet. So hopefully within the next month or two, if the market looks good, they finally launch, as we did get in at the lowest possible pricing for both of those assets. Yes, the lowest possible pricing. We were some of the first people to sacrifice to these projects when they first opened that capability. I think Pulse Chain was 10,000 Pulse Chain tokens for $1 or 1 Ethereum at the time, whatever the conversion was. We're at the lowest possible, and I'm excited for that launch because that is a lot of money that we made in the bull market that a lot of people just forgot that I even had. And we did do the swap while Ethereum was at much higher prices, so giving us the much better dollar entry for these assets. So if you're on patreon.com/learncrypto, we'll keep you up to date with what's going on there, if we're going to farm with those assets, if we're going to trade those assets, and how we're going to recoup all the funds that we put into there. But overall, I think that was a great sacrifice just because the market was much higher. And I think a lot of the people involved with that are going to be Hex holders who are notable for being hodlers, which drives the price of the underlying asset to the moon.
That's really all I got. As usual, we're going to finish with, we got an ad about the Patreon. Might run an ad on who is Richard D. Wyckoff, because as many people know, we own wyckoffsmi.com, learncrypto.io, manage crypto assets, got the Patreon Discord, sell courses on crypto at learncrypto.io. So check us out.
So I'll just say smash the like, share, and subscribe button. Check out learncrypto.io. There's tabs for everything that we offer from free to paid. And, keep staying tuned. We want to be your daily access, your one-stop shop for both crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. And we're excited to get the Duo live show back and providing more value free in the public ecosystem once again.
And with that in mind, at Learn Crypto, we do have our own app. You can download the app. I do try to throw a few things on there that normally isn't the paid groups, but go to the app, download that. You can get a few tidbits from us. And then if you like that, then you can maybe go into the $40 a month Patreon. That's all I got. So we're going to get out of here. Again, a couple ads, and we will catch you in a couple days.
See you guys later.
See you.
Are you intrigued by cryptocurrency, but just aren't sure how you can get started investing? Maybe you are simply too busy to trade your own cryptocurrency account since it is 365 24/7. Don't hold back any longer. With LearnCrypto.io, you can have a seasoned professional show you how. Todd W. Butterfield is a leader in trading with numerous real money trading successes to his name over the years. He owns LearnCrypto.io, the original Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, wyckoffsmi.com, as well as the Black Bay Group, a registered investment advisor. He has also created state-of-the-art software, consolidating over 100-plus crypto exchanges volume, as well as his own Wyckoff proprietary indicators. With today's stressful and busy lifestyles, isn't it time you considered having a knowledgeable investor manage your crypto account? In these unprecedented times, it is the perfect season to seriously consider LearnCrypto.io's private client group and add cryptocurrencies to your investment portfolio.
Welcome to the Wyckoff Stock Market Institute. Our institute was founded in 1931 by technical trader Richard D. Wyckoff, one of the titans of technical analysis. Wyckoff SMI has been the leader in teaching technical trading for the past 91 plus years. Thousands of traders have chosen to learn at Wyckoff SMI for its proven trading techniques and invaluable proprietary market indicators. Enroll today in our Wyckoff Unleashed online course and get access to 39 lessons and quizzes, 8 hours of lectures, our 559-page book, and a comprehensive final exam. You will also receive 90 days free to our Pulse of the Market charting software, as well as our Pro Traders stock groups. One of our alumni says, "In 1956, I became a Wyckoff SMI student under Bob Evans. By learning the Wyckoff method of trading, many have learned to trade intelligently and successfully. Keep up the good work." Or from another, "I value the training I received 4 decades ago from the SMI. Why wait? Register and begin your journey to becoming a successful trader investor. To get the best experience, download our Wyckoff SMI app and get started today."
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/LearnCrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.